Ooh, we got a visual venture video. Ooh, hi YouTube. The most horrible people in gaming history. It's the title of this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe on original creators. Yeah.
A new Oxford University study is reigniting questions about whether violent video games make people violent.
Police were first alerted about the murders by members of an online gaming community.
The suspect posted about the alleged crimes to the multiplayer adventure fantasy game Perfect World Void, which included pictures.
It is being described as one of the most violent and gruesome video games ever produced for a mass market.
People often say video games distract kids from school, but can games push someone to kill? Today we'll look at...
Can they? I don't know, chat. Do you think? I feel like a crazy person is just gonna do crazy things. I wouldn't put it on like video games. Video games just make me want to be an introvert, not leave my house or touch grass, to be honest. Like I feel like there's a whole lot of steps to get, I don't know. Depends on what games are you playing? I mean, we'll figure it out.
Gamers who turned violent. As usual, we'll start with the lighter cases and end with the most disturbing ones. So my goal this year, guys, is to give you guys double the amount of videos without sacrificing quality. And to do that, we got to keep growing. It would mean the absolute world if you subscribe.
Make sure to subscribe, comment, link in the description, all that.
I promise I will do my very best to make the best videos I possibly can for you guys on Visual Venture, and you are awesome. Tyler Barris. Tyler Barris had a twisted sense of humor. He loved to scare people by making false device threats. He would dial 911, claim that there was a device in a mall, a school, or another crowded place. No. This type of prank is called swatting. It's when someone calls the police about a bogus crime to get them to go to someone's house. Obviously,
what you get after that is an ass whooping. That's what you should get. I'm gonna do that again, I'll get my hands on you.
Swatting is reckless, illegal, and deadly. By the time he was 25, Tyler had a long record. He was wanted for 30 device threats plus fraud and mischief charges, but he stayed on the run, avoiding the police again and again. Then came December 2017. Tyler was living on the streets of Los Angeles, California, and a gamer friend asked him for a favor, one that would cost an innocent man his life. The friend who needed a favor was a gamer called Viner. Viner was furious. He was in the middle of an online argument with another Call of Duty player. They traded insults online. Then Viner threatened to confront the player in person. The other player called his bluff. He sent an address and wrote, "Please try something. I'll be waiting." That was when Viner reached out to Tyler.
Chat, don't share your address online. There's crazy people. I'm telling you, like, you got to be very careful.
Everyone knew Tyler was the best at making swatting calls. So Tyler handed him the address and told him to do his thing. Tyler grabbed his phone and dialed 911. Tyler pretended to be a deranged man holding his mom and brother hostage. He claimed he would burn the house down. Then he gave the police the address, daring them to stop him. The cops didn't hesitate. They jumped into their cars and raced to the address. But there was one problem. Tyler and Viner thought they were sending police to the gamer they fought with, but they were tricked. In reality, the gamer gave them the wrong address. That address actually belonged to Andrew Finch, an ordinary man with no connection to the fight at all. Andrew had no idea that armed officers were racing to his home to stop a non-existent hostage situation. But the night was about to turn deadly. Around 5 p.m., police arrived at Andrew's home.
Completely unaware of that 911 call, 28-year-old Andrew Finch opened his front door.
Andrew stepped outside and saw armed officers pointed at him. To the police, Andrew was the 911 caller holding his family hostage. To Andrew, nothing made sense. Officers ordered him to raise his hands, but Andrew didn't understand the seriousness of the situation. He hesitated, then lowered his arms. That's when the police did the unthinkable. Andrew was rushed to the hospital. Sadly, he didn't survive.
Such a sick prank. This is not a prank, bro. This is a fucking crime. Swatting is a crime. If you do that, you're fucking lame. Like, this was over a Call of Duty match, bro. Like, what the are we doing?
Police searched the home. They discovered the truth. Andrew wasn't the caller. There was no hostage situation. Andrew Finch became the first person to lose their life in a swatting call. The case made national headlines. Investigators knew it was a swatting call, and they were determined to find the culprit. Tyler saw the story on the news. He realized that his prank ended a man's life, but instead of showing remorse, he decided to brag about it. Tyler tweeted, "That kid's house that I swatted is on the news."
This lock his ass up and beat his ass too.
That single post made it easy for the police to track him down. Tyler was arrested on December 29th, just one day after Andrew lost his life. A judge sentenced him to 20 years in prison. But Tyler wasn't
still isn't long enough, bro. Give him 50. Give him 100.
the only one held responsible. Remember the mysterious Call of Duty player who gave the fake address? His name was Shane. He was tracked down and sentenced to 18 months in prison for his role.
How do you only get 18 months? I mean, I understand he didn't call him, but he's the reason the SWATer got the address. He's the reason that the SWAT even happened. Like, he made that call. 18 months in prison? That's a slap on a wrist. What the That's like giving a gun to someone and like, yo, go kill this person type. You know what I mean? But like
this next case is about a streamer who made a terrible mistake on a live stream. Staz Reflay. Staz Reflay wasn't satisfied with life as a gamer. The problem was money. Staz launched his YouTube channel in 2014. He did live streams playing Call of Duty and other games, hoping to make it big as a gamer. It didn't take long for him to get frustrated. He wasn't making enough money from gaming, so Staz pivoted. He joined a trend called trash streaming. Trash streams weren't about fun. They were about humiliation. Here's how it worked. The streamer would go live, often surrounded by friends. Then viewers donate money to make them perform dares. It sounds playful until you realize the dares can be anything. Some dares were silly, like throwing food. Others were extremely dangerous or degrading. One dare asked a streamer to bury someone alive, and the streamer did it. Another streamer burnt down a house just because they were dared to. The rule was simple.
The internet was a mistake for sure. Like, what the are we doing?
If a viewer paid, the streamer had to obey. The more extreme the dare, the higher the donation. Technically, streamers could refuse dares, but refusing meant they wouldn't make money, and they could lose their audience. The biggest trash streamers had millions of subscribers on YouTube. For Staz, trash streaming was a gold mine, but instead of sticking to goofy dares, he crossed into cruelty. His streams often featured him harassing homeless people or getting violent with friends on camera. For the right donation, there was nothing Staz wouldn't do. His behavior became so extreme that other streamers stopped working with him. But
there's a whole movie on this. We might have to watch. This is crazy.
Fans rewarded.
I'm letting y'all know right now. Y'all give me $10 to go beat up a homeless person. I guarantee you, I'll give the $10 to him. How about that? Ever play me like that? Human beings, bro. Have some decency. Have some humanity. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing, bro?
Cruelty. Donations poured in. Viewers demanded more inappropriate acts. Soon, they wanted Staz to target his own girlfriend, Valentina. Valentina first appeared on Staz's streams in the summer of 2020. At times, they looked like they really love each other, like the perfect couple. Other times, it seemed like they hated each other. They constantly fought on camera. Staz would yell at Valentina, insulting her in front of thousands. The audience noticed, so they pushed Staz to be more aggressive with her.
That's terrible. I mean, dude, lock up the whole audience as well as a streamer. You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing here? But also, dude, having a relationship and live streaming it and putting it in YouTube is a terrible idea. I feel like it's a slippery slope if you're letting online people dictate like your relationship. It just gets messy. I feel like it's private. You should keep it private.
Paid money to see that. Viewers dared Staz to throw eggs at her. He did. They paid him to pepper spray her. He did. The dares escalated into things too disturbing to describe. By September 2020, Valentina had enough. She reported Staz to the police, but no serious action was taken. Even then, Valentina kept showing up for Staz's live streams. Every time she appeared, donations poured in because viewers loved paying Staz to harass her. Then one night, Staz agreed to a dare that would haunt him forever. It was the night of December 2nd, 2020. Staz was streaming with Valentina and his friend Marina. At some point, Marina left. Now Staz and Valentina were alone on camera. Then a viewer offered $1,000 for Staz to lock Valentina outside. The request was insane because it was winter. The temperature was between 17 degrees to 26 degrees Fahrenheit.
Please don't tell me. Oh my God.
Fahrenheit. That's below freezing. But $1,000 was too much to resist. So live on stream, Staz forced Valentina to go out on the balcony. Valentina knocked on the door, but Staz ignored her. Eventually, the knock.
Abuse your girlfriend for $1,000, man. Just treat her like it's the dumbest shit ever. No grown-ass man that respects himself or his girl would ever do this dumb
shit. Stopped.
She was pregnant too? Holy man. Yeah, nah, what the
Staz finally opened the door to check on her. She wasn't moving. Staz panicked, but instead of calling an ambulance, he turned back to his viewers. For 2 hours, Staz kept streaming. When he
Hey chat, what should I do? She's not moving. Hey chat. Oh man, you guys are so funny. Thanks for the $10. You said poker with a stick. Okay, like what the are you doing, bro? There's no way. It's like when you let your whatever, bro.
Finally called for help, paramedics confirmed Valentina was gone. He was arrested and sentenced to 6 years in a maximum security prison. This next gamer destroyed his life for a ridiculous reason. Menhaz Zaman. Menhaz Zaman's parents didn't just encourage him to get good grades, they demanded it. Menhaz grew
only 6? Yeah, I feel like 6 is a little too short, but regardless, I just think it's so dumb to even do that. I can't believe that's a thing.
Menhaz grew up in Canada, but his parents were immigrants from Bangladesh. They were strict about everything, but most of all, they wanted Menhaz to do well in school and become an engineer. For context, academic achievement is a huge deal in Bangladeshi culture. Failing school isn't just personal, it can bring shame to the entire family. For Menhaz, the pressure was suffocating. In 2015, he gave his parents the news.
I would say family. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Yo, fam, what I gotta do? What? Man, I'm going to McDonald's. What y'all talking about?
They wanted to hear. He told them he was accepted into York University, one of Canada's top colleges. They were thrilled.
Of course, Monrose and Momotaz were extremely pleased to hear the news, and this solidified his position as the golden child of the family.
Yeah, Menhaz was the golden child of the family, the obedient, respectful, and studious son. But the truth was far more embarrassing. Menhaz lied to his family. He didn't get admitted to York University. His grades weren't good enough, but Menhaz couldn't bear to disappoint his parents, so he lied and quietly enrolled at a lesser-known college. Even at this easier school, he struggled. He failed his classes and eventually dropped out. Now he wasn't attending college at all. Still, the lie continued. He couldn't face his parents and admit failure. Each morning, Menhaz's parents watched him leave the house. They thought he was heading to campus.
Where was he going? This is why I left the front door and then snuck back into his room through the window. Like, what is going on?
In reality, he was wandering through shopping malls or worked out at the gym. When he wasn't doing that, he was online playing a game called Perfect World. He also spent hours chatting on the game's Discord server. But lies can't last forever. A college degree takes 3 or 4 years. Soon, the day Menhaz was supposed to graduate arrived. July 28th, 2019. Menhaz
He gonna try to sneak on stage? Come watch me graduate, Mom.
began to spiral. At this point, most people would come clean, but this was a secret he wanted to keep at any cost. So instead of disappointing his parents, he decided to end them. The day before the graduation, Menhaz sent this message on the Discord gaming server: "Gonna end my parents and go to jail, yo." Other players brushed it off. Menhaz was known for crude, offensive jokes, but this wasn't a joke. Minutes later, he posted photos of his lifeless family. People didn't buy it.
In the beginning, other users weren't really sure as to whether or not they should even believe him. It seemed a lot more likely that he probably just pulled the picture off of a website somewhere and was trolling them.
Someone tried reverse image searching the picture. Nothing came up. It seemed the
This was the golden child? They picked wrong, bro. They picked us so wrong. Oh my god. Holy shit. That a demon.
photos were real. The chat erupted in chaos. Members scrambled to figure out who Menhaz really was, but all they had was his handle. No real name, no address, no way to stop him. Meanwhile, Menhaz kept typing. He wrote, "It's been my plan for 3 years. Literally told my parents my uni graduation was July 28th. I couldn't have delayed it any longer." Then he made a mistake. He logged back into the Perfect World game. That login exposed his IP address. An IP address is like a digital footprint, so it was used to trace the device's location.
Is he gonna hit me with an ad?
Admins narrowed Menhaz's location down to Toronto, but Toronto is a massive city with millions of residents. Then Menhaz posted another update. He told the server his father and sister weren't home yet. When they arrived, he planned to do the same to them too. This was no longer a confession, it was a crime in progress. Discord users scrambled to track him down, but his sister and father came home first, and unfortunately, it was too late. Then Menhaz slipped up again. He offered to send money to the group members. It was his way of saying thanks for being there for him. He asked everyone for their PayPal addresses, and he actually sent some of them cash. That transfer finally cracked his identity.
No, this guy's actually insane.
It revealed his name. Police were alerted immediately. Officers surrounded his home.
When
Like,
we
Chad,
got
you know, it's okay. Like, you don't have any pressure in life. I know you guys think you do, but life is very short, okay? Life is very, very, very short. You can do anything you want in life. Like, I mean, anything, bro. You know what I mean? pursue what you want to do. Life is too short to do something that you don't want to do. You understand? If you want to go to school, go to school. If you don't. But focus on you. As long as you're trying to better yourself every single day, but don't try to play a MMO, okay, and plot on your parents. That is crazy. That is insane. The fact that you even got to be pushed that far. Like, what are we doing?
To the front door of the house, that's where we confronted the man, that 23-year-old man who's now in custody.
I'm chronically ill. Well, don't kill your parents then. That's the gist of what I was saying. God, did it always got that one in there? Well, my fault, bro. My fault. But I'm trying to say, just don't kill your parent. Don't kill your parents. And your family is not to lie. God damn it. Oh my God.
Before they entered, Menhaz typed one final Discord message. The police are here. Goodbye. At the trial, Menhaz pleaded guilty. He was sentenced to life in prison with no possibility of parole until age 64.
40 years.
This next gamer couldn't tell the difference between reality and games. Devin Moore. In 2003, Devin Moore was just 20, but his life was already filled with problems. His childhood was brutal. His father forced him to work long hours and punished him harshly.
Damn.
There was no love in the home. Over time, Devin...
You gonna love... If I'm working tireless hours, you gonna love me. You gonna love me.
Devin grew to hate his father. Despite everything, he tried to rise above it. He had no criminal record and earned straight A's in school. He was even accepted into the US Air Force. He was due to leave for service at the end of the summer in 2003. But the problems at home wore him down. Devin spent more and more time locked in his bedroom. There, he spent hours playing video games. His favorite was Grand Theft Auto Vice City. GTA Vice City was notorious when it came out in 2002. Players could steal cars, attack pedestrians, and even end cops. It was so wildly violent, the parents tried to have it banned. For Devin, the game became an escape from his problems. Over time, that escape turned into an obsession. Combined with his unresolved childhood issues, Devin started to lose touch with reality. He began to zone out or retreat into his own little world. Sometimes people could talk to Devin for extended periods, but he would remember none of it. The mix of isolation and violence became a recipe for disaster. That disaster happened in June 2003. Around 3 a.m., police found Devin asleep in a car. It looked suspicious, so they ran the plates. The car was stolen. Devin was arrested, but he insisted he was innocent. He claimed he bought the car for $500. Still, officers brought him in for questioning. At the station, Devin seemed calm, but the calm didn't last. An officer removed Devin's handcuffs to take fingerprints. Then it happened.
Then suddenly, inexplicably, Moore snapped.
Devin grabbed the officer's weapon and fired. 2 officers were hit. Devin then ran through the station and found another officer in the dispatch room. He did the same to him too. In less than a minute, 3 officers were gone. Then Devin acted out something straight from GTA. He stole a car.
Along the way, Moore had grabbed a set of car keys. He went out the door to the parking lot, jumped into a police cruiser, and took off.
But this wasn't a game. Police caught him within hours. When arrested, Devin showed no remorse. Instead, he said, "Life is like a video game. You gotta end sometimes." Devin went to trial, but his defense team tried to explain the violence. They blamed Devin's actions on playing video games from the Grand Theft Auto.
I played GTA my childhood and my young teens, old teens. Bro, don't put that on GTA. Hell no, we're not gonna put that on GTA. That mother was mentally unstable. He needed he needed some medication. He needed to be sedated.
Series in which players shoot police officers and steal cars. Interestingly, the crime mirrored stuff he did in the game. When the media heard that, they ran with it.
Devin Moore was, in effect, trained to do what he did. He was given a murder simulator.
There were headlines like GTA made me do it. Devin pleaded not guilty by reason of mental defect. His defense argued that his abusive childhood and obsession with GTA caused him to enter a disassociative state when he committed the crime. But the jury didn't accept it. They decided Devin knew exactly what he was doing. He was given the ultimate punishment, injection. This next case is about a gamer.
And they put him down. Holy shit.
Who would go to any length.
No one told him to get the game. Well, okay, we got to look at it like this, right? A lot of people that are not mentally well, if they don't have loving parents or patient parents, they don't give a about them. You know what I mean? Like, think about it. Like, normal kids are just left alone with tablets and their parents barely care. So imagine someone that's like kind of mentally ill, a little up, and it's like, you know, it's a recipe for disaster. Me and Chris, we found a YouTube video. We were watching. It only had like 2-3 views. And bro, I was honestly speechless. I was shocked. I don't know if Chris is in here, but like, bro, we were watching it. I was honestly scared for my life. Like, it was about me, bro. I was genuinely scared for my life, like the that was being said on the video. I was thinking about reacting to it on stream, but also I didn't want to give it any attention because it's scary, bro. Like, bro, I'm telling, there's mentally unwell people, like just living life, and sometimes they have access to internet, games, whatever the it may be. Bro, it gets trippy. Like, it's real, huh? Like, bro, y'all don't understand how crazy people are. You know what I mean?
To play his favorite game. Daniel Petrick. Can violent video games affect a child's behavior?
Oh, no.
Daniel Petrick's parents thought they could. They set a strict rule for all their kids: no violent video games. 15-year-old Daniel was fine with his parents' ban on violent games.
He looked aggressive.
He was more interested in sports. He spent most of his time outdoors playing football. He even made the town's football team.
He played tailback.
He looked bad as shit. He looked like he will bully me and I'm a grown-ass man. He'd be like, hey, give me your lunch money. Lunch money? I only got a card. Give me that and your shoes.
For Wellington, and was a defensive linebacker, and he was top-notch.
Daniel had a bright future in sports. Then at 16, a skiing accident destroyed that future. Daniel had a skiing accident and it was bad. Doctors said he could never play football again.
He can no longer play any sports. He's done. Because if he breaks his back, he will be paralyzed.
Daniel was crushed. He needed time to heal, and he could not play the sport he loved. During recovery, he did something he wasn't supposed to. He started playing violent video games in secret. He began with games like Call of Duty and Gears of War. Then he discovered Halo. Halo was rated M for mature.
I love Halo.
Because it contained violence. It was exactly the kind of game Daniel's parents hated. He became obsessed. Some days he played for 8 hours straight. When Halo 3 released,
bro, I played for like 8 hours straight. Halo 3 custom lobbies, getting 50s in Halo. If you know, you know, bro. Bro, I'm playing Halo right now. Hell yeah, Halo was peak. That garbage now. It is straight ass.
Daniel snuck out to buy it. His mother caught him with the game on the way home. His parents were furious.
We told him, even though you spent some $70 on this game, you're not playing it and you're not getting it back.
Daniel's dad took the game and locked it in a safe at home. To his parents, it was discipline. To Daniel, it was unfair. On October 13th, Daniel got into a heated argument with his father about Halo. The fight escalated until his father snapped. Stop playing games or leave the house. Daniel chose to leave. He spent the weekend at a friend's house. There, they played Halo for 16 to 18 hours a day, stopping only to eat, sleep, and use the bathroom. But Daniel couldn't stay there forever. When Daniel returned home, his anger toward his parents was deeper than ever.
The kid got his future taken away. What was he supposed to do? Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna blame the parent. I don't know. I don't even know what he did, like what crime he committed, if he did commit a crime. I have no idea. But like, bro, I don't know. When it comes to parenting in general, I feel like you gotta give your kid a little bit of wiggle room. You know what I mean? I'm not saying if you don't want him playing video games, like shooting video games or rated M for mature video games, sure, I guess. But like, I mean, if he likes sports, maybe escape. Like, let him play FIFA, let him play Madden. You know what I mean? Like, man, teach his ass sports games, teach his ass chess. Yeah, something. You feel me? But like, I mean, we don't know the household. We don't know what was going on in it. So I won't say nothing else.
That anger was about to explode. Daniel's copy of Halo was still locked inside his father's safe, so he spent the next week searching for the key. Eventually, he found it. When Daniel opened the safe, he retrieved his game, but there was something else inside, a weapon. The dark idea formed in his mind. That night, Daniel was alone in the house with his parents.
Around 7 p.m., Daniel Petrick walks up behind his parents. They're just sitting on the couch together.
Daniel asked them, "Would you guys close your eyes? I have a surprise for you." His parents closed their eyes and Daniel ended them. After his horrible crime, Daniel tried to he put the item in his father's hand to make it look like his father did it. The plan failed. Daniel's sister and her husband came home just in time. They walked in, saw the scene, and called 911.
Imagine walking in on your little brother. Now that is terrifying, dude.
Sister showed up. Daniel panicked. He ran out of the house and fled in the family van. He only took one item with him, the Halo 3 game. Daniel's mom didn't survive, but his father did.
I was in the hospital for, I think, 30 days. They did 5 surgeries on me.
From his hospital bed, Daniel's dad told investigators what really happened. Police tracked Daniel down and arrested him. Even in handcuffs, Daniel tried to blame his father. People couldn't believe it. A kid did all this because they took his game away. At trial, Daniel's lawyers argued his gaming addiction warped his sense of reality.
Over a video game is crazy. And this was Halo with 0 microtransactions. Imagine these gotcha games right now, dude, with these little kids addicted to spinning and imagine that, bro. Take away kids' Roblox for a day, see what the happened.
In other words, he didn't know what he was doing. The court rejected the insanity defense. Daniel was sentenced to 23 years in prison with the possibility of parole. What happens when you mix dangerous substances with one of the most violent games ever made? Trouble. Warren LeBlanc. This is a story of two friends who bonded over their love of video games, but the games they played may have influenced one of them to take the other's life. The friends were Warren LeBlanc and Stefan Pokira. Warren was 17 and Stefan was 14. They spent hours together at Stefan's house playing games. Their favorite game was Manhunt.
He's being described as one of the most violent and gruesome video games ever produced for a mass market. It is so violent, in fact, that it was banned.
Yeah, I never played that before.
Manhunt rewarded brutality. The more vicious the execution, the higher the score. The violent.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really play like games to like beat people up, other than like Sims sometimes, maybe GTA, whatever. But it's more for like content if I'm ever doing it, just for like shock value. Look what I'm doing type shit, right? But I kind of like the social aspect of video games. That's like the only thing I really enjoy. Like I love playing Call of Duty because I get to talk to other people, right? I get to talk to a 40-year-old grown-ass man and I hear his kid in the background. I'm like, you grown, go take care of your son in the background here crying. Pay the light bill. Grown-ass man playing a game. You know, like I like doing that, and that's what I enjoy about video games a lot, to be honest. Like I'm not really a fan on video games. Like they're mid, dude.
Was graphic and detailed. For Stefan, it was just a game, but Manhunt was affecting Warren in ways no one could see. Reports say Warren had anger issues. He found it difficult to manage his emotions. He started spending time with gang members in his neighborhood.
Bully. No, I don't be bullying them, bro. Usually I'll just be like, hey, how you doing? Right? In a very annoying voice, and then they say something to me, and then it allows me to be an ass. I don't just attack unprovoked. What do you take? I have decorum, okay? I rage bait first, and then when they start talking shit, I talk shit.
But soon he began using substances. That's how he got involved with a local gang called the Crusaders.
Oh, no.
Warren bought from them often, but his spending spiraled out of control. Before long, he owed the gang money, and they didn't take debt lightly. If he failed to pay, the consequences would be fatal. Desperate, Warren came up with a plan. He would rob someone to get the cash, but his choice was shocking. He targeted his own friend, Stefan. In November 2004, Warren lured Stefan to a nearby park. He told them they were meeting girls, but there were no girls. It was a setup.
That is so like, bro, what the there's a million people in the world. Why are you doing that to your friend?
Next part sounds a little bizarre. While they walked through the park, Warren allegedly went into a trance. At least that's what he claimed. He attacked Stefan with an object. By the time Warren came to his senses, it was too late. Stefan didn't survive. 2 hours later, police arrived at the scene. Warren was arrested on the spot. He confessed almost immediately. The case made global headlines, but instead of blaming Warren, much of the public blamed Manhunt.
They felt blame the crazy guy that was gonna kill his friend for some money. Like, what are we talking about? Can we blame that?
Playing such a violent game messed with Warren's head. One disturbing detail fueled the outrage. The weapons Warren used in real life were the same ones used in the game. In the UK, Manhunt was pulled from store shelves. The ban quickly spread to New Zealand.
Yeah, maybe we could blame it a little bit.
Australia, and Germany. But one question remained. Was Manhunt to blame, or was Warren already headed down a destructive path? The courts put the responsibility on Warren. He was sentenced to life in prison with a minimum of 15 years. Making friends online can be dangerous. This next case proves that. Guilherme Alves Costa. Guilherme Alves Costa was an 18-year-old living in Brazil. He absolutely loved playing games online, but he wasn't just having fun on the internet. Eventually, he stumbled onto the dark web. There, he joined chat rooms where people shared violent fantasies. Guilherme was seriously influenced by this dark content. He started to have twisted thoughts as well. It was during this time that Guilherme met Ingrid.
How do you stumble across the dark web? I don't know. I never been on the dark web. I feel like that take a few steps. How do you even do that?
Became friends during an online Call of Duty match. Guilherme began to trust her. He confided in her about his mental struggles. Ingrid, trying to be supportive, wanted to help. But soon she realized his thoughts were far darker than she imagined. He once sent her a photo of himself holding a weapon. Another time, she asked if he would help him carry out violence in a church. One night, he sent her a weird message. "You must be mine." These were serious red flags, but Ingrid saw them as cries for help. She didn't know Guilherme Guilherme was spending time on dark web chat rooms that encouraged his fantasies. Eventually, they started meeting in person. Ingrid visited his home, met his mother, and played games with him. Ingrid thought Guilherme was getting better. He wasn't. He was actually getting worse. Guilherme started hearing voices in his head. He was in a very dark place. On February 22nd, 2001, Guilherme texted Ingrid. He said he was feeling sad and wanted her to visit. Ingrid agreed. She arrived around 10 a.m. The two were alone at home. They talked and played Call of Duty. At one point, they took this photo together. But around 1 p.m., Guilherme snapped. He attacked Ingrid with an object. She didn't survive. Then he took photos of the crime scene and posted them online, like he was proud of himself. Social media went into a meltdown. Raced to Guilherme's home and arrested him. When police asked why he did it, his answer was chilling. Because I wanted to. Guilherme was sentenced to 14 years in prison.
That's it? 14!
Doctors later diagnosed him with persistent delusional disorder and antisocial personality disorder. He's currently receiving psychiatric treatment behind bars. This next gamer was the worst kind of evil. Stephen McCullough. On December 18th, 2022, police in Northern Ireland received a call about a crime. Someone ended 32-year-old Natalie McNally in her own home. There were no signs of forced entry. That meant Natalie likely let her killer inside. Her body was discovered by her boyfriend, Stephen McCullough. He was the one who called the police. Stephen was taken to the station for questioning, but he was quickly ruled out as a suspect. Stephen had an airtight alibi. Stephen ran a YouTube channel where he reviewed toys and collectibles.
Hello, YouTube viewers and random Doctor Who fans, or hello friendos, I don't know how to introduce these.
He was also a gamer, and on the night of the crime, Stephen was doing a live stream playing games for 6 hours straight.
Wait, if this is going, I talked about this before as a joke. I would never, I talked about it like, oh, what if I pre-record something and go commit a crime? Like, how would someone know? Is this where it's heading? Allegedly, of course.
It's just floating. Right, drop the bomb on the target.
The video was still up on his YouTube channel. Stephen was on camera the entire time. Apart from that, Stephen didn't have a motive to hurt Natalie. They seemed like a happy couple. They were even expecting a baby together.
There's no red flags on either side of the couple. Like, they seem like they would both be amazing parents.
The investigation continued. Police dug deeper into Natalie's relationships. That's when they realized that Stephen did have a motive to harm Natalie. When investigators searched Natalie's phone, they saw strange messages. It turns out she was secretly chatting with her ex-boyfriend. Just 3 days before the incident, she exchanged 33 WhatsApp messages with that ex. Some of these messages were romantic. Detectives believed Stephen saw those messages.
Oh, he probably snapped and did something bad, dude.
And he was probably mad. Now, cops had a theory. A jealous boyfriend who discovered his partner texting her ex. But suspicion wasn't enough. To arrest Stephen, they needed to dismantle his alibi, the live stream. At first glance, the live stream cleared Stephen. But experts noticed strange details. Throughout the video, Stephen kept reminding viewers that he was live.
Hey, and we're live. That's the fun of being live. So I just thought, why not? I'm gonna do a live stream.
He also claimed he couldn't read the chat.
Because this streaming software is kind of up the left, it means I can't check the live chat, which is a real shame.
That was his first mistake. What I would do was I would time donations. I would play a donation and then say like, oh, yo, appreciate the 10. So it's like, oh, wait, is it live? I don't know. There's a timestamp, right? That's what I would do. I mean, I would never do it, but what I'm saying, if I wanted to go do illegal and do it, motherfucker, I'm live. Like, I talk to y'all 24/7. I can't fake this. This is not something you can fake. Kenji, right. What do you think I'm not live? You think these messages are timed? How can you say that? Is it because you guys are predictable?
That was unusual. Why go live if you can't interact with your viewers? Cyber experts were invited to analyze the live stream footage, and they all had the same conclusion. The stream wasn't live.
Wow.
Stephen recorded it days earlier and played out as if it was live. His alibi collapsed. When confronted with the evidence, Stephen admitted the truth. The stream...
We got caught in you in the front seat of the car while you was live, right? God damn. I'm like, well, that's a twin because obviously I was live. Like, what? No.
wasn't live. His new story
Bro
was
got
that on the
caught.
night of the crime, he was drinking in his house and fell asleep, but he had no witnesses to back it up. Then detectives found another piece of evidence against Stephen. CCTV cameras near Natalie's home captured a man who looked just like Stephen. The evidence was overwhelming. On January 31st, about a month after the crime, police arrested Stephen again. His case went viral on the internet.
I think this is the only time that someone has tried to use a live stream to prove their innocence and act as a smokescreen to cover up their crimes.
Stephen pled not guilty. His trial is still scheduled for November 2025. Games can
all that was alleged, by the way. Don't sue me, of course.
Bring people together from all over the world, but it can also isolate you from the real world. My friends, don't let a virtual world become more important than the life you're actually living. Visual Venture.
I tried.